what's happening, everybody? It is I, the man, the myth, the mustache, Tim here, and I've got a brand new video for you. Welcome to part 5 of What If Deku Got 100% One for All, Remastered. Please, sit back and relax because you are in for a treat. With that little intro out of the way, let's get this story going, shall we? 2 days had passed since the sports festival, and Midoriya was taking the train to school when another train goer asked if it was Midoriya from Class 1A. Everybody on the train recognized him and congratulated him on ending in second. After Midoriya got off the train and began walking to school, Ida zoomed past him, saying, "Morning, Midoriya!" Midoriya began running behind Ida, and when they got into the building, Midoriya asked Ida how he was feeling, and Ida answered, "If it's about my brother, don't worry. Everything is going to be fine." Everyone in the class was talking about being recognized on their way to school. Soon, Aizawa entered the class, instilling order. He explained that now they would be doing their internships with pro heroes. He said, "After the sports festival, where pro heroes go to see your performances, they have the chance to invest in your potential by sending offers. You get 3 sports festivals to show them what you have, 1 chance every year, and 3 chances in a lifetime. But right now, you guys need to choose your hero names." Soon, Midnight entered the classroom, prompting Aizawa to say, "Since I am a horrible judge, I called Midnight to decide. She gets final say." As each class member made up their name and went up to announce it, Midoriya chose the hero name Deku. He felt a little obligated because everybody chanted it during the sports festival. After everybody had given their names out, Aizawa got up and said, "Now that that's out of the way." Soon, he pushed a button, and a screen behind him displayed the offers that everyone got. Aizawa pointed out, "It's been more spread out in previous years." Midoriya had 4,056 offers. Bakugo, 3,556. Todoroki got 2,019, Tokoyami had 360, and Ida got 301. Everyone looked at the board in surprise, and Ashido asked, "Wait, how did Todoroki get so many offers if he didn't place that high in the final tournament?" Todoroki said, "It's because of my father." Midoriya was trembling and talking to himself as he decided to make a system in order to choose which agency he wanted to work under. Uraraka brought Midoriya back to reality by asking him, "I've been meaning to ask you, Midoriya, why are you trembling?" Midoriya answered, "Oh, this is exercise." When class was over, Midoriya went with his friends to the cafeteria to have lunch, but suddenly, a worried All Might stopped them from going. All Might asked Midoriya if he could have lunch with him so they could discuss a few things. "You did very good in the sports festival, young Midoriya, and a lot of people are very impressed by you. However, my old master also sent you an offer. It came a bit late. His name is Gran Torino. If you want to go with him, then I can't stop you." Midoriya thought to himself, "Wow, this person must really be something if he trained All Might, the symbol of peace." Back in the classroom after lunch, Aizawa checked the agencies that everyone chose. He was surprised at 3 of them. "Midoriya is going with a Gran Torino. Who is that? I'm sure he got better offers than that. And Ida goes to the manuals. And Todoroki is going to intern with his father. Has the world gone mad?" he said to himself. A few days passed and everyone said goodbye to each other at the train station as they all made their way to their respective internships. Uraraka and Midoriya checked up on Ida, telling him that if he ever needs to talk about what happened, they will always be there for him. After they all went their separate ways, Midoriya arrived at the address given to him. He thought, "Is this the right place?" He knocked on the door and proceeded to open it. Inside, he saw an old man on the floor, surrounded by what appeared to be blood. Midoriya screamed, "Oh my god, he's dead!" The old man got up off the floor, saying, "I'm not dead. It's ketchup." Midoriya then screamed again, "He isn't dead!" The old man then said, "Name's Gran Torino. Who are you, sonny?" Midoriya left his suit on the floor and got to the phone, wanting to call All Might to see if this man was sane. Gran Torino inspected Midoriya's suit and said, "Okay, let's get serious. It seems like you can take the full force of One for All without any backlash. But you need to know how to use smaller amounts of power to not kill everybody around you. Aside from that, from what I've seen in the sports festival, your admiration for All Might seems to act like shackles." Midoriya simply asked, "Shackles?" Gran Torino responded, "Okay then, let's try something. You are to try to land an attack on me without using 100%, since it's too destructive." Midoriya responded in concern, "Wait, if I land a smash on you, even a weaker one, I'm not sure you can take it." Gran Torino began jumping around the room and said, "Just do it!" To which Midoriya said, "All right, your funeral." Midoriya took a bunch of 5% swings at Gran Torino and missed every single one of them. Gran Torino then began attacking Midoriya, who blocked a couple of his attacks. But Gran Torino was too fast. Midoriya got frustrated and moved his arms at a higher percentage than usual. The wind pressure became too great in the room and broke the microwave, causing Gran Torino to stop the exercise.
Look what you did, kid. Now I have to order another one. Go home, kid. We'll resume the exercise tomorrow. Your movements are a little too stiff, and your reaction time is slow. Reflect on that.
Midoriya left and went home. On his way, he kept reflecting on what Gran Torino had said. My moves are too stiff. What makes a movement stiff? He thought to himself. After a bit of time on the train, Midoriya got nowhere and said, okay, think of it from another point of view. What makes a movement flexible? He pondered on everything Gran Torino had told him, and realized he's been thinking of his quirk as a switch to turn on and off when needed. This makes him too slow, so he needs to start leaving the switch on. The next day, Midoriya arrived at Gran Torino's place. As they sat down for breakfast, Gran Torino asked Midoriya,
have you thought of what I told you yesterday?
Midoriya simply answered, yes. Gran Torino then said,
get ready to spar.
Shortly after they finished their breakfast and stretched a bit, Gran Torino began jumping around and ping-ponging throughout the room. Midoriya activated One for All this time through his whole body and waited for Gran Torino to attack, which he did, this time from the back. Midoriya turned super fast and struck Gran Torino. Gran Torino dodged, but Midoriya managed to scratch him. Gran Torino stopped and said,
good job, kid. Want to go again? Remember, focus on keeping your power level low. You want to move fast, but not at the expense of everybody around you.
They had several more sparring rounds over and over, with Midoriya using different fighting techniques in each one. At a certain point, Midoriya began imitating Gran Torino and was ping-ponging off the walls. He managed to catch Gran Torino off guard, barely hitting him again. But Midoriya, not realizing where he was going, ended up hitting the wall face first. Gran Torino was impressed.
Ha! If you want to imitate me, kid, you have to be more maneuverable in the air and have to be aware of your surroundings. Anyway, let's go again.
And they did. Midoriya in this whole training had improved his technique quite a lot. Soon, night arrived, and Gran Torino said,
okay, kid, let's go.
Midoriya asked, where are we going, Gran Torino? The old man simply responded,
to Tokyo, to fight some bad guys. This area doesn't have that many people, meaning a small crime rate. It's easier to fight opponents in the city. If you fight too much against me like you've been doing, you'll start developing some weird habits.
Soon, the two got on the train. Midoriya thought, we'll be passing through Hosu. Maybe I should send Ida a text. As he does, Midoriya thought, that's weird. Ida usually takes a maximum of 3 minutes to answer after he's seen a text. At this point, the train that Midoriya and Gran Torino are on is passing over Hosu. People from the train start seeing fire in the city. An emergency announcement is given to the passengers, and the train activates the brakes and begins slowing down. Suddenly, a pro-hero is thrown through the walls of the train by a big bluish monster. Midoriya looks at it in shock and says, Nomu! Gran Torino leapt into action, telling Midoriya to stay there, and threw the Nomu into the city. Once the train stopped, Midoriya jumped down to the streets to help people get away from the crisis. He could hear Manuel calling for Ida and wanted to help, but the heroes told him to get out of there since they had things under control. Midoriya looked for Ida anyway, despite what the pro-heroes had told him. He knew that the hero killer Stain was last seen in Hosu, and that the hero killer had injured Ida's brother severely. He also knew that Stain attacked 3 to 4 pro-heroes per city, and he usually worked in back alleys. Eventually, Midoriya stumbled across a back alley, and just as Stain was about to deliver the final blow on Ida, Midoriya activated his new full cowling ability he had been working on with Gran Torino, and jumped around getting close enough to Stain to punch him in the face. Stain stumbled back and looked at Midoriya. Midoriya looked around, seeing there was an injured pro-hero on the floor. He told Ida, come on, Ida, get up! We can save that injured pro-hero! Ida told Midoriya, I can't. I can't move, Midoriya. I think it has to do with the hero killer's quirk. Get out of here. You have nothing to do with this, Midoriya said. I won't. After all Might said, meddling where you don't technically have to be is the essence of being a hero. While Midoriya said this, he sent out a mass text indicating his location in it. He then jumped at Stain, who counterattacked, and Midoriya jumped over each attack and hit Stain from the top. Stain simply said, you have what it takes to be a great hero. As he was about to lick the knife with Midoriya's blood, Midoriya flicked his finger at 100%. The alleyway got obliterated. You could hear all the windows breaking as the blast continued and hit Stain. Stain hit the other side of the alley inches from death. At this point, Todoroki arrived and saw Stain lying on the ground, saying, "Midoriya, you should have given more context with your texts, but it seems you had it handled." Midoriya helped Ida and the pro-hero native up after Stain's quirk stopped taking effect. Stain was then promptly taken into police custody. Meanwhile, while the Nomu were attacking the city, a well-dressed man, along with Kurogiri, walked down a bridge towards Tartarus Prison. And that's our video for today, so thank you all for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we go, there's a little bit of housekeeping I want to do. First, We the Celestials has many other channels for your entertainment and viewing pleasures. All the information you'll need is right below in the description, so please feel free to check out all the other incredible content our team creates. Second, on behalf of We the Celestials, I want to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details are also in the description. Give the writer and the audio and video editors some love. They do a lot of good work here. But that's it for today's video, so thank you all for watching and have an amazing day. And as always, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and stay awesome. This has been Tim. Mustache out.